Welcome back to Downtown with Teona Brown. Today I am joined by Steve Kerrigan, our city clerk.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate being here.
oh, thank you for joining.
Mhm.
So Steve is originally from Hudson.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
where he went to school,
Yep.
but he lived in Marlborough for several years. And he's been active in many local organizations
Mhm.
that do a lot of community service. And I think Steve probably knows more about Marlborough than anybody born and raised in Marlborough. I would definitely challenge anyone to think otherwise.
Obscure facts. Obscure
Yes.
facts, yes.
So when you were in Hudson, so I grew up here in Marlborough, but interestingly enough, in the 90s here in Marlborough, I didn't really find anything fun to do here. So I used to go to Hudson to go to On Q.
Oh, okay.
And so when you were growing up in Hudson, did you ever find yourself coming down to Marlborough?
Not so much. I mean, um, Hudson's changed a lot since when I was a kid back in the,
Mhm.
18th century, because I'm old. But no, we spent a lot of time, Roller Kingdom was the big thing. I mean, we used to spend a lot of time at Roller Kingdom and
Mhm.
was, before the mall and all that stuff. So, I mean, yeah, we would venture over here to Marlborough every once in a while, but I mean, for the most part, we kind of kept to ourselves over there. No transportation, so, only had my bike. So,
Well, I guess in that case, things haven't changed that
right.
much
Yeah.
since then. We're an MBTA community,
Right.
but we don't exactly
Qualify.
have the kind of transportation that some others do.
Exactly.
And so I actually had made a note as well. So when I was growing up, there was no Solomon Pond Mall, there was
Nope.
no Apex Center.
Nope.
That would have been
We used to
really
have to go to
fun.
Framingham if we wanted. We used to go to Fun and Games on Route 9 in
Yes.
Framingham.
Fun and games in Framingham, and I
Yes.
used to do candlepin bowling in Natick, 10
Mhm.
pin bowling in Shrewsbury.
Yep. Right. Yep. Exactly.
And
Actually, when I was a kid, we used to go to we'd go bowling over at Maple Lanes, which is
see,
now down where um, what is it called? McDonald's and I can't think of the other chicken joint there. What it's called? I can't think.
Raising
Raising
Cane's.
Cane. There you go. Yeah. Right.
Wow.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah. See,
Oh,
that's showing my age now. My memory
it's
loss.
okay. They have delicious dipping. They have
They do
delicious
have, yeah, the
dipping
food's good,
sauce at
yes,
Cane's.
right, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, both areas, Hudson and Marlborough, huge, huge changes.
Yes.
And so when you moved to Marlborough and then you raised your family here, what are some of the favorite things that you guys did as a family? Were there any community events that you used to attend?
Well, I'm very active in the Marlborough Eagles. We used to, and we were also very active in St. Anne's Parish up on Lincoln Street. So we used to always, the St. Anne's Festival was always a big thing when you're up there going up helping out, and the Christmas, decorating the church and social hall at Christmas time, stuff like that. The Eagles, we always did the Easter egg hunt.
Yes.
Many we still do to this day.
Yes, you
I
do.
still do it to this day.
I'm ready to
Uh,
stuff
right,
eggs.
exactly. Yeah,
Yes.
get ready. Get ready. It's like coming up the end of next month. So we have our 22,000 eggs waiting. So I mean, everybody get ready.
All
Um,
right.
yeah. So that, and then actually, believe it or not, the Eagles used to do a road race and stuff like that. So was very active with all those kinds of things, and dragged the kids along with me as well, and made them help out. So we
And
had
I
a good
know
time.
you're also active at our local Masonic Lodge,
Yes, I am a member of the Masons as well. Yes.
and you
So.
guys do the car
Yep,
show
right,
and
exactly. I mean, I've only been I've been probably with the Eagles about 30 years. I've
Mhm.
been with the Masons probably, God, I think now it's 5 or 6 years. I've been a member of the Masons, and help out with those events as well. So I mean, and I've taken on a new role with the Eagles. So I mean, I'm a state officer as well. So I mean, I now am involved with the state Eagles as well.
and this is where I'm convinced that there's more than one of you. I am convinced there are multiple Steve Kerrigans running around the state of Massachusetts because I don't know how someone can be that active in the Eagles, member of the Masons, our city clerk, because that's not just a small
No,
role. Like,
no, I know, but
and to be a city clerk, how does one learn how to become a city clerk?
well, I was very fortunate. I've been city clerk for 5 years, coming up on 5 years, and well, almost 6 years actually. I apologize. And before that, I spent 7 years as the assistant city clerk. So, I mean, my predecessor Lisa Thomas taught me a lot, and I'm very thankful for that. But it's one of those things that's just on the job training. I have a great love and a passion of politics and things like that, and local politics and all that stuff. So the election side always fascinated me. It scares me to death now that I'm in charge of it, but I mean, it always fascinated me for a long
But
time.
you've been doing awesome.
Yeah, well, thank you. I
Yep.
appreciate that. I mean, knock on wood, there's been, no issues, but and there will be no issues.
And you've upgraded a lot of our
Our equipment.
election
Yeah,
equipment.
I mean, we try over the years. I mean, and we're going to be getting new voting machines as well. Not for this election that's coming up, but probably for the one in September. So, but yeah, it's not an easy job, and I sleep a few hours a night, and that's it. And between all the things, and I'm one of those people that I'm self-inflicted. I will never say no when anyone asks me to do anything, or can you help with this, or can you help with that, or oh hey, we're going to do this, or hey, we're going to do that. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, I can do it. And then at the end of the day, I try to figure out, okay, how can I do it? But it all gets done.
I was going to say, I don't know if I've ever heard you say no.
Yeah, no.
Oh, wow.
I very rarely turn people down. I mean, it's just something that was instilled in me as a kid, and I think you have to give back.
Yeah.
I mean, and Marlborough's such a great place. It really and truly is. I mean, like I said, I'm not a native son of the city, but it is my adopted home, and this is what I consider my home. So I mean, anything that I can do to help out, I'm happy to.
Yep, and you always do.
Thanks.
And so since joining the council,
Yep.
I am happy to count you as one of my close friends now. And I've learned that one of your special talents is trivia. So.
Yes. Okay.
So, Mr. Kerrigan,
we have trivia questions.
I have prepared
Uh-oh.
some trivia for you.
Trouble. Okay.
And because I figured, with this being also about Marlborough,
Sure.
and you know a lot about Marlborough, no pressure to
No
get
pressure.
it all,
Okay.
all right.
Okay. Let's
there's
see how many I get.
there are no gift cards
All
to
right.
Funky Murphy's at the end of this rainbow. Although we did get second place
Yes.
a few weeks
A couple
ago.
weeks ago.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Even though I lost all of our points
That's
at
quite
one
all right.
point.
No, I mean, that's not,
And
it's all right.
Steve had gotten all the points.
We came back. That's
We
all
did.
that mattered.
We
That's all
did.
that
And so
mattered.
tomorrow
We
night,
recovered.
again, Funky Murphy's.
Tomorrow night, right? Funky
Yep.
Murphy's, yeah. I play trivia on Tuesday nights. Yeah,
I plan to
exactly.
join you
Oh,
tomorrow.
there you go. All right.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So here we go.
All right.
Trivia question number 1 for the city clerk.
Okay.
Which of the this is an easy one.
Oh,
This
okay.
is to get your get your feet wet.
The 5-point questions. Okay.
Which of the following is not a vital record? Birth, graduation, marriage, or death?
I'll go with graduation. It's not a vital record.
Okay, you are correct. But
Thank
that was the easy one.
That was the easy one.
So we're
yes,
not
right,
going to
exactly.
be that impressed with that
All right,
answer.
right, exactly,
But
yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Okay.
one.
Now this one is something I feel like you would easily come up with, but maybe being on the spot here, it'll be
It's
a little harder.
Okay.
So, how many voting locations do we have in Marlborough, and name them?
How many?
Mm-hmm.
We have 6.
Okay.
And they are Kane School, Richer School, Masonic Lodge, Senior Center, the Whitcomb School, and the Hildreth School.
You got it.
Yep.
All right, 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
So this is why you're the stick about it.
Yeah, right. Stick it.
In and around 1711, Marlborough's territory included which 4 towns?
Hudson, Northborough, Southborough, and Westborough, I believe.
Correct. Okay. This is
They're getting
question
they're getting a
number
little
4.
harder
Here we
now.
go. Yeah, that's
I was around in 1711, but I mean I was just a child back then. So,
I know. That's when you used to have to,
walk
up
uphill,
6 hills
right, exactly,
in the
both ways,
snowstorms.
right, exactly, to get to school.
I've heard it many
Yes.
times. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Around 1890, Marlborough is believed to have been the first community in the country to receive a charter for a streetcar system. Which major U.S. city are we believed to have edged out by a few months to be first?
Well, that's a good question. Wow, that's a tough one. But I'm gonna, and this is a guess. This is what trivia is all about. It's a guess, and at times if you don't know. But I'm gonna say New York.
Are you stick of butter sure?
I'm stick of butter sure, New York.
All right.
Am I wrong? Am I gonna use a stick of butter?
So double T's. TJ.
Get some garlic butter.
TJ at Double T's, you know what to do with that spoonful of garlic butter.
Which one?
The answer is Baltimore.
Baltimore. Oh, jeez.
So that's okay.
All right. See, now I lost all the points.
Yep, you were 3 for 4. You just lost all the points on the last one, and now I don't feel so bad about the last trivia we did. So I know that you're also a big family man.
Yep.
You have kids,
I
grandkids.
do.
So
Yeah.
before we wrap this up, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
I'll give a shout out to my grandchildren, Jacoby and Kinley and Sawyer, Olivia, Liam and Charlotte. I mean, I want to say hello. I know my grandson was very impressed when I told him today that I had to go to the TV studio to be on a TV show with my friend Teona. And he's, all morning long, he kept asking me, he said, are you going to the TV show, Grampy? Are you going to the TV show?
Mhm.
So I'll have to make sure that we tune in and see.
Absolutely. And so, I mean, at this point, I have things pretty well established. You can catch this on WMCT-TV
Yep.
on your local cable. You can go to their YouTube channel, their Facebook site. I created a Facebook page for Downtown with Teona Brown. So
Yep.
your grandson will be
Right.
able to catch this on multiple platforms.
I'm glad to hear that. Yes, right,
All right.
exactly. And he can tell me how bad then my children will tell me how bad I did, but that's okay.
But your grandkids, and it's their
Yeah, right,
opinion that
exactly.
matters the most.
Right,
They are going
exactly,
to say
exactly.
that was wonderful.
That was one. Exactly. Yes, and you made it very easy. I appreciate it very much. Other
Thank
than me goofing up on that last trivia.
It
Oh.
wasn't meant to be easy. They got increasingly more
Yeah, I know,
difficult, and
but
so
that's
I'm actually glad you didn't get them all right because I worked hard on getting these questions. So thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining me, and
appreciate
thank
it.
you again for everyone joining Downtown with Teona Brown, and I hope you catch us again in a future episode.